We are going to surgically remove the need to be liked because it is the single heaviest chain you wear. You think you are being kind, they think you are being weak. Let's look at your reality. Picture it. You smile when they make a passive-aggressive joke at your expense. You apologize for taking up space in a meeting where you were invited. You agree to do their work because they told you that you are just so much better at it. You accept the compliment and you take the burden. This isn't about truth. It's about who sits as judge. They do not like you for this compliance. They despise you for it. In the game of power, a nice person is not a player. They are a resource to be mined until empty. You are trading your dignity for a temporary lack of conflict. You will lose the false comfort of being harmless. People will stop smiling at you and they will start respecting you. The shift begins now. There is one specific verbal reflex you use 20 times a day that signals I am weak to everyone in the room. We delete it permanently at minute 19. An apology is a confession of guilt. Stop confessing. To stop the bleeding, we must define the mechanism they use to trap you. It is specific. It is repeatable. It relies on your conditioning to avoid friction at all costs. You smile to survive. That ends today. We are replacing your reflex to submit with the reflex to detach. You must see the trap before you can break the trap. The trap has a name. It functions like a mathematical equation designed to extract your time. You walk into the room looking for connection. They walk into the room looking for leverage. You hand them your autonomy. They take it without hesitation. We will burn that contract right now. The diagnosis comes first. It explains exactly why you feel drained. The mechanism they use is simple and it is devastating. It is called praise then stab. It works because it bypasses your logic and hits your ego. They do not ask you for a favor. They know you might refuse a raw demand. So they wrap the demand inside a compliment. They say you are the master at this task. They say nobody else handles the pressure like you do. You feel seen. You feel valued. Then comes the stab. Since you are the master, you must do the work. The trap snaps shut. Here is the equation. If you accept their false praise, then you grant them permission to load you with their burden. Memorize that sequence. The compliment is not a gift. It is the signature on a contract you never read. They know you won't say no. That is your biggest weakness. You are afraid of the awkward silence that follows a refusal. You have been conditioned to believe that friction is a failure. You think a smooth interaction is successful. The predator knows this. They rely on it. You are projecting your own morality onto a predator who views your empathy as an open gate. You think friction is rude. They see friction as negotiation. When you smooth things over, you are not keeping the peace. You are losing the war. You think you're being polite. You're submitting. The root cause is internal. It is your refusal to sit in the discomfort of a transactional moment. You rush to fill the silence with agreement because silence feels like aggression to you. To them, silence is just a pause. You are playing a game of feelings while they are playing a game of resources. You give away your time to prove you are good. They take your time because it is free. The cost is your own life. You are building their empire with your weekends. You are fixing their mistakes with your energy. You call it helping. Machiavelli calls it servitude. The mechanism works until you see it. Once you see the transaction, the spell breaks. You realize the praise was never about you. It was about the load they wanted to drop. You carried it for them. Let's look deeper at the hidden mechanics they use to keep you in the cage. The first tool is the Trojan horse. They wheel it into your life painted in gold. They tell you that you are the only one capable of solving the crisis. It looks like a promotion. It is actually a demotion disguised as honor. You open the gates because you are flattered. Then the soldiers pour out. The soldiers are late nights. The soldiers are unpaid responsibilities. The soldiers are stress that belongs to them but now lives with you. You cannot complain because you accepted the horse. The second mechanic is the debt trap. This is asymmetrical warfare. They do a small favor for you. They bring you a coffee. They hold a door. They create a micro debt. Then they wait. When they need a macro favor, they call in the debt. They trade a $3 gesture for your entire Sunday. You feel obligated to say yes because you are a nice person who pays their debts. You are paying a mortgage for a rental. The third mechanic is the identity lock. This is the most subtle and the most dangerous. They label you early. They call you the helpful one. They call you the team player. They build a statue of you that is made of compliance. You become terrified of breaking that character. You do not want to disappoint the audience. You stay in the cage because the cage has your name on it. If you use this, they will get angry. Let them. Their anger is not a sign that you are wrong. It is a sign that the lock is breaking. They are losing their favorite tool. You are waking up to the game. Machiavelli saw this centuries ago. He knew that human nature does not change. He knew that the nice prince is the first one to be assassinated. He gave us a rule to survive the court. It is a rule that prioritizes survival over applause. It requires you to be cold so you can be free. We must look at the law he wrote for you. Machiavelli's rule. It is much safer to be feared than loved, because love is preserved by the link of obligation which is broken at every opportunity for their advantage. But fear preserves you by a dread of punishment which never fails. He is not telling you to be a monster. He is telling you to be a fortress. Love is a feeling they have when you serve them. It is temporary. It vanishes the moment you stop serving. Respect is different. Respect is the knowledge that you cannot be used. You have relied on the hope that they will be good. That is a strategy for a child. You need a strategy for a prince. The dread of punishment he mentions is the social cost of crossing you. If there is no cost to interrupting you, they will interrupt you. If there is no cost to dumping work on you, they will dump it. You must introduce a cost. Words are 20%. Frame is 80%. You can memorize a script, but if you deliver it with a pleading tone, you fail. Your frame must be iron. Weapon 1 builds that iron frame. It destroys the praise then stab attack. The trigger is the Trojan horse. They say, you are so good at X, can you just handle this for me? They smile. They wait for you to melt. You do not melt. You use the exact line. I appreciate the compliment, but I cannot take that on right now. Do not add an apology. Do not offer an excuse. The period at the end of that sentence is a wall. You have done something devastating. Their flattery currency is instantly devalued. It buys them nothing. They tried to buy a diamond with a coupon. You rejected the coupon. They are stuck holding the bag. Now you must seal the win. You do not wait for their reaction. You pivot. Return to previous task immediately. You withdraw your attention. You go back to work. You signal that the negotiation is finished. They will stand there in silence. They will feel the gap. Stop accepting currency that has no value. The predator will not give up easily. They will switch tactics. When flattery fails, they switch to guilt. They try to make you feel like you are betraying the group. This brings us to weapon 2. The goal is to force specificity. They will try to keep the attack vague. They say, I thought you were a team player. This is a fog grenade. It is meant to confuse you and make you defend your character. Do not defend. Clear the fog. The trigger is the vague accusation. The exact line is, are you asking for help or are you critiquing my performance? Be specific. This is a masterstroke. You force them to choose a lane. If they say they are critiquing you, they must provide evidence which they do not have. If they say they are asking for help, they have just admitted that they are needy and you are in control. They lose the ambiguity shield. They must now either retreat or openly attack. If they openly attack, they look weak. You have cornered them with a question. The pivot is silence. Wait for the answer. Do not break the silence. The pressure is on them. At the end, I'll give you the silent look technique. Sometimes they are relentless. They keep pushing. They argue with your no. They try to wear you down. This brings us to weapon 3. This is the exit. You do not argue. You do not explain. The trigger is their persistence. The exact move is my answer stands, plus a physical turn away, or you mute your mic. You cut the connection. The cost to them is total loss of access. They hit a wall, not a sponge. They realize you are not playing the game anymore. Do not engage further. You have reclaimed your time. The most dangerous word in your vocabulary is coming up. We are moving from defense to offense. You have the weapons. Now we must apply them in the specific arenas where you bleed the most. The workplace, the social gathering, the family dinner. The workplace is a jungle disguised as a calendar. You are hunted there. The most common attack is the interruption. It is a subtle decapitation. You are building a point. You are displaying value. Then someone cuts in. They steal the air. The nice person stops. You yield. You think you are being a good listener. You are actually being a doormat. You are training them that your voice is secondary. That ends now. The trigger is the first syllable of their interruption. You do not let them get the sentence out. You react instantly. You use the exact line, "I wasn't finished." The delivery is everything. It must be flat. No emotion. No anger. No question mark. If you raise your voice, you look emotional. If you lower your voice, you look dangerous. You look like a machine that cannot be derailed. The pivot is essential. If you stop after the line, you create an awkward standoff. You do not want a standoff. You want a steamroller. You continue speaking immediately. You pick up exactly where you left off. You do not acknowledge their attempt. You drive right over them. The cost to them is severe. They tried to look alpha, and you made them look rude. You made them look like a child who speaks out of turn. The room sees this. The room respects the person who holds the line. Dominance is often just the refusal to stop talking. You are seizing the frame. You are taxing the interruption. Next time, they will hesitate. They will remember the cost. They will wait for you to finish. You have purchased your space with 3 words. Do not apologize after. Do not soften it with a smile. The smile ruins the lesson. You stay cold. You stay on topic. You force them to sit back down in their chair and listen. You have reclaimed your status. It works because it breaks the social contract of the meeting, which says the loudest voice wins. You rewrite the contract to say the strongest frame wins. You are the one who decides when the sentence ends. Now we move to the social arena. This is where the attacks are wrapped in humor. The social arena is filled with snipers. They hide in the bushes of humor. They shoot from the safety of just joking. The backhanded compliment is their favorite bullet. They say something like, "You look healthy, have you gained weight?" Or, "I love how you just wear anything." It is designed to lower your status while keeping theirs clean. If you get angry, you look insecure. If you accept it, you look weak. The nice person laughs it off. You poison yourself to save the mood. That stops now. The trigger is the insult wrapped in sugar. You do not laugh. You do not explain. The exact line is, "What an odd thing to say out loud." This is a mirror. You hold it up to their face. You are not attacking them. You are observing them. You are framing their behavior as a social glitch. You are the sane one. They are the weird one. If you explain, you re-enter the court. Do not justify your weight or your clothes. That is entering their frame. You stay outside. The pivot is the stare. You hold eye contact until they look away. You do not blink. You let the silence stretch until it becomes unbearable for them. They will look down. They will shuffle. They will mumble. You have won. The cost to them is humiliation. They tried to be witty and they ended up being awkward. They lost the room. They will think twice before sniping at you again. You have established a perimeter. The message is clear. Disrespect is expensive here. You are not defensive, you are dismissive. There is a massive difference. Defensive means you are hurt. Dismissive means they are beneath you. Machiavelli would nod. You are not burning the village, you are just building a wall. But the hardest arena is left. The people you love. The people who know exactly which buttons to push. The close circle. This is where the guilt trip lives. This is where your boundaries are tested the most. The close circle is the most dangerous arena because the weapon is love. Or rather, the weaponized version of love called guilt. Your partner, your parent, your oldest friend. They know the codes. They say things like, "I guess family isn't important to you," or, "After all I've done for you." This is not a request, it is a ransom note. They are holding the relationship hostage to get your compliance. The nice person pays the ransom. You go to the dinner you hate. You lend the money you don't have. You erode your soul to keep them happy. This is not love. It is extraction. The trigger is the guilt trip for not attending an event or performing a duty. They spin the story to make you the villain. You do not accept that role. The exact line is, "I understand you're disappointed, but I'm not going." It is clean. It is surgical. The first part validates their feeling. I understand you're disappointed. This disarms the claim that you don't care. The second part holds the boundary. But I'm not going. It is non-negotiable. There is no because. There is no excuse about work or headaches. Rule: no defensive sentences. Never explain why. The moment you explain why, you hand them a lever. If you say, "I have work," they say, "Work is more important than me." If you say, "I have a headache," they say, "Take a pill." Do not give them the lever. The why is your business. The no is their reality. The pivot is to change the subject. You treat the decision as final and boring. So, how was your week? You move on. If they try to drag you back, you repeat the line. The cost to them is the realization that guilt no longer works as currency. They cannot buy your time with shame. They must ask, not manipulate. This changes the dynamic from parent-child to adult-adult. It forces respect. Be warned. They will escalate. When the old keys don't open the door, they kick it. You must be ready for the kick. When you stop being a pawn, the players get angry. They will not applaud your new spine, they will attack it. You must expect the escalation. It is proof that you are winning. They will try 3 specific counter moves. First, the victim play. They will say, "I was just joking," or "I was just trying to help." They paint you as the aggressor for having a boundary. Second, the character attack. They will say, "You've changed," or "You're arrogant now." They try to shame you back into the box. Third, the freeze out. They stop talking to you. They ignore your texts. They try to starve you of attention until you come crawling back. Do not crawl. Escalation proves it worked. Run the protocol. The protocol is called Grey Rock. You become as uninteresting and unreactive as a rock. You do not argue. You do not defend. You do not chase. If they attack, you give one-word answers. You repeat one line. I hear you. That is it. They scream. I hear you. They guilt. I hear you. You are a mirror that reflects nothing back. You starve the fire of oxygen. Eventually they will stop. They will realize that the old buttons are disconnected. They will either leave you alone or they will start treating you with the respect you demanded. The pivot is the exit. Once you have repeated the line, you end the interaction. You walk away. You hang up. You do not stay for the abuse. You have trained them. Now you must train yourself. The final piece is the challenge. We are going to install a new operating system for your week. We are going to delete the weakness from your tongue. The reveal is next. It is the single most powerful word you own. We arrive at the final lock. I told you there is one verbal reflex that signals weakness to the entire room. We delete it now. The open loop is closed. The word no is a complete sentence. You have been taught that a refusal requires a reason. That is a lie designed to keep you obedient. A prince does not explain his decree. He delivers it. You say no. You close your mouth. You let the weight of the word settle on them. To make this permanent, you must enter the crucible. This is the 7-day challenge. We call it the Zero Apology Week. For the next 168 hours, you are banned from saying the word sorry. Unless you have physically injured a human being, that word is dead to you. When you are late, do not say, "Sorry, I am late." Say, "Thank you for waiting." When you bump into someone, do not apologize. Nod and keep moving. You will feel the panic rise in your throat. You will want to smooth the friction. Do not do it. Swallow the impulse. Watch what happens when you stop confessing to crimes you did not commit. You must also add a delay. Wait 3 full seconds before answering any request. Count them. 1, 2, 3. This pause signals that your time is yours to give, not theirs to take. Finally, you must say no to one small thing every single day. Refuse a flyer, refuse a donation, refuse a conversation. Train the muscle of rejection until it feels like breathing. The reaction will be swift. First comes confusion. They will ask if you are mad. Then comes anger. They will call you cold. Then comes the shift. By day 7, they will stop asking you for nonsense. They will start bringing you respect. You will stop being a resource. You will become a force. The nice person dies here. Next, you'll learn the follow-up move and the prevention system. If you are ready to kill the nice person and become the player, hit subscribe. Welcome to Silicit.